Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and I am back. Technically, I've been back for a while, but this was supposed to be Monday's video. Yay! I'm back. I got back Sunday night. I was finally back at the house Sunday night. I think about 11 p.m. or something like that. Yeah. 11:30. I'll tell you what. If you want a cheap flight that's still a good one, you know, it's not like, oh, I'm riding on a shaky puddle jumper. No. Get you a flight with Allegiant Air. $200 for both the flight to Florida and the flight back to Tri-Cities Airport. So yeah, it's just into Tennessee is where Tri-Cities Airport is. Flying down to Florida, flying back. And it cost me 200 bucks. I got one check bag. Yeah. So, I recommend them. That's probably how I'm going to fly for the rest of the time if any other flights I do. I enjoy that. So, they're not insanely expensive. But yeah. I enjoyed my time in Florida with the woman I wouldn't mind being with for the rest of my life. Honestly, I'm a very secluded individual. And I've lived the last 5, 6, 7, 18 years, or 8 years alone. My parents are just in walking distance, walk outside, walk, you know. But I've stayed in seclusion. I go to my doctor's appointments and stuff. But, yeah. With her, I wouldn't mind spending the rest of my life with, I guess. Because we get along. We enjoy much of the same thing. I just really don't want to live in Florida. Fuck living in Florida. The heat wore me the fuck out. Nah. Fuck that. Like I said, nice place to visit, see things. Anything we had to do outside, though, I was. But yeah. Nice place to visit. Just wouldn't want to live there. I honestly, if we do finally come together for plans for marriage or anything like that, I want to remain here. I know that may be a bit selfish, but I really love this place. And I don't want to leave this area behind. She's got family in Florida. She moved down there with her mother and sisters. One of the sisters and their husband, they'd moved up to Wisconsin, but I reckon now they're living in Georgia. Like I said, I've known the girl, this she's a woman now, since she lived in Virginia. And I really do not want to abandon this place, but I don't think it's right to require that she must. Am I feeling just overly guilty for no reason? I mean, I don't know. To me, I just anything where you're going to merge your lives together like that, there has to be some give and take. God, I do not want to leave the area though. I love this area. I've never been so tied and grounded as I am with this area. You can look out the window and towers of trees. You can drive down the road and you'll see these great mountain crests, and the trees upon them. Early in the morning, as the sun tries to rise, it's somewhat blurred out by the great banks of fog that cover the mountaintops. They have to slowly burn off before the day is really clear. So you're talking 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yeah. It's so pretty when the spring begins with all the bursts of color. I just really don't want to leave the area. Now, technically, she still has some family in the region. I reckon her aunt still lives here. So. But again, she's got kids. I feel mm, it. I cannot, in good conscience, force them to just pick up everything and go. But again, I really do not want to leave the area. Anyway, yeah, I had a good time. Uh, Tried to remain amiable. I didn't want to seem like an asshole, but apparently the youngest kid said, "Yeah, the first day you gave off a weird vibe." I'm like, "Sorry." I'm just an awkward Looney Tune sometimes. I'll seem like a grump. But I'm not a grump. Because I'm not a game grump. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Regardless. I tried to remain as friendly as I could at times. Like I said, other times I was just, this heat. I literally, on the last day, I got all my stuff together, checked out. I stood outside for like 3 minutes in the shade of the awning of the hotel, and suddenly I could feel the sweat dripping down the back. I'm like, oh God, I'm already sweating. Anyway. Let's get on to other things here. A couple of items I want to talk about since I haven't been online to talk about them, but yeah. Right now there is a movie screenwriters guild that's been going on. They've had a strike that's been going on for a few months now. Now the Screen Actors Guild has joined them in solidarity. And yeah, apparently there's a CEO who said, we'll just wait you out until some people lose their homes. It shows you how much these rich pricks don't give a fuck about the average person. We're not talking about big name celebrities. Many of the people who are, part of the guilds that are striking, they make, small potatoes. Especially since a lot of them have to live in California where everything's so much higher. I think it's like, you're looking at people $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. And these studio CEOs are like, we'll just wait until they lose their housing. And I'm like, you shitbag fucks. Anyway, let's watch the great Ron Perlman's reaction to this. Ron, I love you, man. This was awesome.
The motherfucker who said we're going to keep this thing going until people start losing their houses and their apartments. Listen to me, motherfucker. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. Some of it is financial, some of it is karma, and some of it is just figuring out who the said that. And we know who said that. And where he lives.
Some people may listen to that and go, oh, that's a threat. He's threatening his life. Most of the people are trying to improve the standards of lives they're living, and these asshats are willing to put people homeless and make their lives even worse because they don't want to have to pay a decent fucking wage. It's things like this that make me think sometimes we need to bring back French Revolution tactics with guillotines. I'm not saying kill anybody, but maybe they need a little bit of fear put into them.
There's a lot of ways to lose your house. You wish that on people. You wish that families starve while you're making $27 million a year for creating nothing. Be careful, mother. Be really careful. Because that's the kind of that stirs up. Peace out.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with Ron more on this matter. He was on target. Anyway, let's go to the other video I don't think it's a video, I think it's just an article. Yeah, from the AP. House passes resolution to show support for Israel after Democrats' comments about racist state. Oh, how rude! You know, the pearl-clutching shitbags. Let's get into this here. The House on Tuesday passed a Republican-led resolution of reaffirming the support for Israel with strong bipartisan approval and implicit rebuke of a leading Democrat who over the weekend called the country a racist state but later apologized. The resolution, introduced by Representative August Pfluger, Republican of Texas, passed with over 400 lawmakers backing the measure. It did not mention Representative Pramila Jayapal by name, but was clearly a response to her recent remarks about the Jewish state. The measure was drafted soon after she criticized Israel for its treatment of Palestinians in a conference on Saturday. Hey, guess what? Pramila Jayapal was correct. Again, I've said this over and over. Back the people of Israel. But the state of Israel, it's an apartheid, racist, fucking ass-hat government. And it deserves to be called so. She should not have backed down and basically stood on the floor and done that. For the Republicans and the Democrats who don't like what I said, even though it's fact. One for each of you. Jayapal, the chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, walked back the comments the next day, insisting her comments were aimed at Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and not the state of Israel. Yeah, Netanyahu is a wannabe dictator. He really is. I do not believe the idea of Israel as a nation is racist, Jayapal said in a statement. I do, however, believe that Netanyahu's extreme right-wing government has engaged in discriminatory and outright racist policies, and that there are extreme racists driving the policy within the leadership of the current government. Absolutely. You know, they've basically become the Nazis that tried to, devastate the Jewish populace. Again, my heart goes out to the Jewish people, the people of Israel. It's just that, unfortunately, the people in power, the leadership of that government, is an apartheid, racist sack of shit. And there will be no apology for saying that. Because it's fact. They don't like fact too fucking bad. The GOP-led effort highlighted the divide among House Democrats over Israel, with younger progressives adopting a more critical stance toward the longtime U.S. ally than party leaders. If there's anybody in the Democrat Party that does not think that anti-Semitism is bad, then I think this puts them on the record, Pfluger said Monday. It has nothing to do with anti-Semitism, but they know this. They're just shitbags. Again, fuck the Republican Party and fuck the Democrat Party, who are trying to use this as, it's anti-Semitism. Clutch my pearls, meal mouth. Motherfucker. Representative Rashida Tlaib, the only Palestinian American in Congress who did not attend the address, criticized the resolution as normalizing violence against those living in the occupied West Bank. We're here again reaffirming Congress support for an apartheid, Tlaib said during floor debate on the resolution, policing the words of women of color who dare to speak up about truths about oppression. Over at the White House, Herzog on Tuesday night sought to assure President Joe Biden that Israel remains committed to democracy amid deepening U.S. concerns over Netanyahu's controversial plans to overhaul the country's political system and ongoing settlement construction in the occupied West Bank. If you look at the territory as it was divided up in 1947 when the State of Israel was first recreated, that territory that was once Palestinian has gone. Hold on. We'll give you this little piece, this little piece, this little piece. You know, they didn't at all seek to have peace. Nah, the motherfuckers were like, this used to be our home, so we take hold of all of it. Fuck you. And no, that's not the way it should happen. Many Palestinians understood what was going on and were open to allowing Israel some space. But it kept getting taken more and more and more. Cede to Palestine some of the fucking land they were supposed to have. But these motherfuckers in political power, they don't give a goddamn about facts, about rights. But Pramila Jayapal was right on what she said. She should have stood her ground. But yeah. I am just so disappointed in Congress. I don't know why. I expected them to have more human decency And again, I don't know why I expected that. So, you know, fuck them. Fuck them all. But yeah. I'll go ahead and put these two stories in the description box below the video. I don't have much left to read, but I'll leave these, like I said, I'll leave the links in the description box below the video. No, it pisses me off. You know, so... Oh, so we can't criticize Israel without being called anti-Semitic. Oh, okay, understood, gotcha. All the fuckers who voted for the resolution need to be shamed. Absolutely shamed. Anyway, let's go ahead and end this episode here. Thank you all for watching. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting links in the description box below the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.